an ex-president that is being dragged online, as in the height of slamming and dragging that Ayo Fayose just gave ex-president Olusegun Aremu Obasanjo, a one-time military president of Nigeria, who later became a civilian president and who served 2 terms. How do we address this? Hello everyone, you're so much welcome. For those of us who understand or who listen to political news, we would have known the kind of thing that has transpired between these two individuals. Baba is 88 plus, I think 88 or 89 years old. He's here to celebrate officially his 90th birthday. So let's say he's 88 years old. Ayo Fayose just celebrated his 65th birthday. So the gap between them is not 1, 2, 10, 20 years. What could have transpired? Now, without wasting more time, we are going to do a throwback to 10 years ago when Fayose decided to come out expressly to drag Baba. Let's hear it.
Obasanjo will come out with a rotten mouth to come and be condemning PDP for which we are president for 8 years. That gave you a platform from prison. A man, when we saw the picture when Obasanjo was released by General Salah, we would not allow such a man to sit beside him. But the same man is coming, I'm opening the library. My 10 million naira is part of his library. We were made to pay 10 million naira as governors in 2005. And I'm listening to him, return that money over. How can Nigerians be celebrating a corrupt man? Corrupt man! This is the worst ever. Worst ever. They should put interest on that 10 million naira. I contributed 10 million. I stand to be corrected. Don't be afraid of what? When you say Obasanjo will do that, Obasanjo will do what? His time has come and gone. We are in the center of the business now. We are government now. Where is it?
So you've heard that. Fayose saying that Obasanjo with his rotten mouth, and that he contributed 10 million naira to Obasanjo's presidential library, and that Obasanjo should go and sempe because he, or we, as he put it, talking to the people he was addressing as well, are the ones that are, making things happen. And this video I just played to you now is, I think it's 10 years old already. Yeah. So I will take it again and let's hear what he has to say. Then we'll break it down. Because we are not understanding. Okay. So according to Fayose, he said, how could Obasanjo come out with his rotten mouth? To come and talk ill of PDP, which they created and which, is their dear party. They both belong to PDP.
That gave you a platform from prison.
That it is PDP that gave Baba Obasanjo a platform from prison to become the president of Nigeria.
A man, when we saw the picture when Obasanjo was released by General Salah, we would not allow such a man to sit beside him.
Now, he said, when Baba Obasanjo was released from the prison, that if you see what he looked like at that time, you will never even allow that kind of man to sit beside you.
But the same man is coming, I'm opening the library. My 10 million naira is part of his library.
So that afterwards, when he became the president, he was not asking them, governors, which Fayose was at that time, to contribute 10 million naira allegedly for his presidential library, that he is going to collect his own 10 million naira with interest from Baba Obasanjo. Remember, this video was 10 years ago.
We were made to pay 10 million naira as governors in 2005. And I'm listening to him, return that money over.
So according to Fayose, he said he wrote to Baba Obasanjo to be like 10 million naira that I contributed to your presidential library when I was the governor. you have to return it to me, oh, that he wrote him a letter to that effect.
Celebrating a corrupt man. Corrupt man.
So he's saying or claiming 10 years ago that Baba Obasanjo is or was a corrupt man.
This is the worst ever. Worst ever. They should put interest on that 10 million naira. I contributed 10 million. I stand to be corrected. No, you are afraid of what? When you say Obasanjo will do that. Obasanjo will do what? His time has come and gone. We are in the center of the business now.
So according to him, Baba Obasanjo's time has come and gone. Remember, like I said again, for those who are just joining, good evening, you're welcome. He said Baba is a corrupt person. Baba opened his rotten mouth to talk against PDP, that the same PDP that received him when he came back from prison and whose platform he used to become the civilian president, and that he's going to collect. He wrote Baba a letter requesting for the 10 million naira that he contributed for his presidential library. Say he go collect them with interest. I repeat again, this you just listened to was a video clip that was done 10 years ago. Now, what has happened now? Fayose celebrated his birthday, his 65th birthday, and of course, it made the news. People were talking about it. And also the fact that Baba Obasanjo honored the invitation. And people are like, Obasanjo, they don't finish fights. How did it happen? You know how it is sometimes. In politics, there are no permanent friends, there are only permanent interests. How did they talk them? So it just shows that this life, we have to be careful, know what we are doing, and be very, very thoughtful. When the party they do mini, Baba came out to talk also, that kind of thing, to be like, okay, that he decided to honor Fayose because, Fayose is not a good person, but he decided to overlook it because Fayose's wife called him and that he lambasted her, saying, you and your husband, now no be good person. And when he said that out of anger, Fayose's wife, that's the ex-first lady, Fayose Fayose, decided to say, Emma Binu Siwasa. Emma Binu. That when that woman said the Emma Binu, and as Yoruba, you know how it is. It's not even about a Yoruba matter. If you're upset with somebody and you're giving the person hot, and the person just, decide not to argue or be defensive and just say, so I'm sorry, I agree, I am sorry, I apologize, forgive us, forgive me, forgive my husband, I apologize. That person has automatically disarmed you at that time. All the way they your head to do, you no go fit do them again. You know how it is. And typically, when a man don't go do something where he no supposed to do, especially to elderly people, we women as the wives always take it as a point of duty to go and quickly apologize. Remember when late First Lady was alive, Stella Obasanjo, a lot of people said, the kind of things that woman covered up for her husband, no be small. That it wasn't small. That when Obasanjo starts with his all around, Stella will just quietly, okay, let me give an example. That when Obasanjo and Wole Soyinka, I think they went to the same old Baptist boys or something in Abeokuta, and fell out as well, But Wole Soyinka and Obasanjo fell out. I don't know if they were really intimate friends before or something. They fell out. So when they fell out, Obasanjo became the president. And of course, Wole Soyinka has always been a Nobel laureate, well respected, well traveled, and everything. Baba they enjoy his life for one corner. And all of a sudden, they had a quanta. That Stella, when she see her husband Baba Obasanjo don't miss her at that time, she just quietly went to visit according to Aproko, may Madam Stella so rest in perfect peace. Amen. That she just quickly went to Baba Wole Soyinka's house and knelt down and begged him, pé Joe, brother, ẹ má bínú. Mo fọlọ́run bá bẹ̀ yín, ẹ wò kò mọ nǹkan tó ń sọ, ẹ fi yá mi ẹjọ́ nítorí Ọlọ́run. Ẹ fi yá mi, mi ní kẹ́ fi yá mi ní mo ṣẹ̀yìn. And that's how a good wife will do. The fact that we love our husbands or our boyfriend doesn't mean that they cannot misiano. But when they misian and you as the wife, you want to be logical, say your husband don't misian. Say this thing where this man won't start now. Now wahala he go create. You go quickly go and adjust, meet the person and beg. We women have that gift of women. We get sense, not all women. We good women, we get sense, have that knowledge of how to de-escalate situation. It is not all outbursts that your husband does that you think that is right. Even as a mother, as mothers, there are some things our children will do, maybe to their siblings or to family friends or even to their friends, and you hear about, you be like, why did you do that to that person? What you did is wrong. You will quickly either go and meet that child to address the child or go and meet the mother or something, if you're a good woman. So it happens a lot of times when women stand in the gap for their husbands, to de-escalate situations. So when Baba got to the party, now so we got no say, waiting go happen. Baba talk. Baba talk. Baba talk at the party. But let's take a listen to what exactly Baba said at Fayoshe's birthday party.
I knew you, and I was with you because of the initiative that you took to start giving water in Ekiti. You remember? And that was what set you apart. I didn't know you before then. And the person that I know who wanted to be governor of Ekiti, that I was going to support, was S.K. Babalola. You remember? He has a track record, beautiful track record, of being in the NUT for many years. But when you came up, then I dropped S.K. Babalola, who in any case was not in our party.
Okay, let's quickly do that breakdown. Baba Obasanjo is the one speaking right here at the 65th birthday celebration of Ayo Fayose. So Baba said he never knew Ayo Fayose before. That he knew him when Ayo Fayose decided to provide water in Ekiti State. That because of that initiative, sorry for the noise. Because of that initiative of Fayose to provide water in Ekiti State, that Baba started taking interest in him, right? Though Baba said he had a favorite person who he wanted to, to favor at that time, which was a certain SK Babalola, who has a beautiful track record as NUT. I think he's in Nigerian Union of Teachers or something. But because of, what Fayose did was with water provision, he decided to leave that SK Babalola and support Fayose. Let's continue taking a listen.
And only last Saturday I was in Efalaye. And you remember we went to Efalaye to campaign. And one of their complaints was erosion. And we promised them and we fulfilled. Ayo, there's a difference between being courageous, being bold, and foolhardiness.
Baba said, Ayo, there's a difference between being courageous, being bold, and being foolhardiness. Making you only strong head.
Courage, boldness, and foolhardiness. They don't go together. There's also what I call humility. It's part of what you must find with Omoluabi. The attributes that are regarded as very important in Nigerian life and living, particularly Yoruba. Humility is one of them.
So you heard what Baba Obasanjo said. That Ayo, there's a difference between being courageous, being bold, and being being foolhardiness, and that humility is one attribute he should have as Omoluabi in his life and as a human being.
It's another. We had the campaign, and as God will have it, you won. Nay, I have no apology that we won the election again, but it was a fair deal. But I'm also happy that after that, we work together and continue to work together in the interest of Ekiti State and in the interest of Nigeria. But when you won, you wanted to do a lot of good things, and you came to consult with me. And one of the ones that I say, please watch, if you wanted to help poultry farmers, you remember. You remember. And I told you the best way to help poultry farmers is to subsidize day-old chicks for farmers and feed for farmers for their day-old. You decided government will go into poultry. And I said, look, government for poultry, when there's Gumboro and Gumboro come in 4 days, you don't. Because government system, you will have to apply to secretary, has to apply to senior secretary to deputy permanent secretary. Deputy permanent secretary, while you are doing that, Gumboro has come in 5 days, is wiped out.
Okay, let me do a breakdown of what we just heard now by Baba Obasanjo. Baba said he's trying to recount what has happened between him and Fayose. For those just joining, thank you so much for joining. So Baba Obasanjo said he has no apology that Fayose, won, I think, against another candidate, which he didn't mention, that he now wanted to do poultry as a government. And Baba Obasanjo, advised him to say, Fayose, if you want to help farmers, give them subsidy on day-old chicks and also on their feed. That's one way that the farmers can feel the impact of you being nice to them and, reducing their stress and empowering them. But the Fayose said no, that he wants to do the poultry on a large scale. Those who are from Ekiti State that are, like millennial, will remember this event because even then it was in the news and all of that. So Baba was like, you as a government, if you want to do farming directly like this, the bureaucracy go long because government has stages. You have to go through the Kinikon, to go through the Lagwaja, to go through the Tamedu before they effect it. And when there's an outbreak of disease, before you can say that you facilitate the Kinikon, Komboro, I don't know what Komboro is. You Baba say Komboro, but I think I can deduce the fact that it's maybe the disease that breaks out in poultry, among poultry birds. I stand to be corrected. You can correct me. So let's continue to take a listen.
And you remember the story. I came to your poultry farm. Poultry chicken that are about 2 weeks old. The shaving and the chicken are as clean. And I turn to you, I say, Ayo, I want the adietie won jagbe. And your brother, Oyilola, who was there? I heard him saying to you quietly, "No, so fine. Maybe Obama can come out of my poultry." But that came and passed. That came and passed. Before that, you didn't know, and you remember, there was a bit of controversy about what school you have, what education you have, if you remember. So,
Lord of mercy. If Baba at 88, 89 years can be recounting Leyo Kokon, his interaction and activities with Fayose that's happened over 10 years ago, if you're listening to this podcast, just pray for yourself. Put your hand on your head or your chest and say, God, please bless me with long life in good health and sound mind. God, please bless me with long life, strong health, and sound mind. This is what is called sound mind. With all due respect to all our oldies, all our grandpas, grandma, father, mothers that are old, and maybe they are going through one or two things, challenges, they can't recall things anymore, something. The more reason why we even have to love them, right? But when we now see an 88, 89-year-old man recounting, let's say, Fayose, do you remember when I came to your poultry and I saw that your days old chicks were looking very neat and polished, and that he made a comment to say, meaning that your chicks, don't they poop? And that your brother, this is about still talking to Ayo, that your brother called Oyilola or something now whispered to Ayo to be like, I told you that if Obasanjo doesn't know about anything, he knows about poultry. Maybe when that one was telling Ayo Fayose that year, he didn't know say about here, because this man, the person where he mind sharp like this, where he remember everything, his ears too. You go think say you are doing chu close to him. He antenna don't pick him. May God grant all of us longevity, good health, and sound mind, inshallah, by God's grace. He also mentioned that there were stories around Fayose's educational qualifications. Let's continue to take a listen. The video is almost over.
people said, but I know that you went to Olivet and you made it in Olivet. I know people who were your classmates and who are senior to you and who are junior to you in Olivet. But you did that. Another thing.
So this is Baba telling Ayo Fayose that people were talking about your qualifications in hush tones, but that he knows that he genuinely attended an institution called Olivet, maybe like a secondary school. That because he said he knows people that were his juniors, Ayo's junior, Ayo's seniors, and mates, so that he was assured and he didn't listen to the rumor that Fayose did not attend that particular school. So this is him defending Ayo Fayose.
You and your wife came to me in Oyinlola's house. Abi? to apologize to me for what you have said, what you have done. And I said, I forgive. But he didn't stop. You came to my own house. You came to apologize. And I said, okay. But he didn't stop. Ayo, I did not ask you to contribute to my library. Did I? I did not. The governors decided as governors, you join them.
So for those of us who joined earlier, can you see Baba responding to that video that Ayo did 10 years ago? Where we played some minutes ago, where Ayo said that he contributed 10 million to Baba Obasanjo's presidential library, that Baba should give him back the money, that he has written a letter to Baba to return his 10 million naira with interest. Yes, and Baba is now saying now that, Ayo, I didn't ask you for money. When I was doing the presidential project, you with other governors decided to make a donation, and which you did. It wasn't that I asked you specifically or instructed you to pay me any money. All right, so my people, that is what is going on. So you can hear Baba saying that. Then there's another part of the video that said Baba said that Ayo Fayose's wife, Fayishet or something, called him and told him that and invited him over for this birthday, and that he told her to say, "Iwa atokwe da." Let me see if I can get that part, because it's very important we listen, since we've been listening to Baba's revelation of the matter. Okay, let's take a listen now.
Going to Ayo Fayose's birthday. Can't you remember he abused you? I said, thank you for reminding me. In Yoruba land, we have a saying, you are not the best of my political children. You are not. But you have made achievement that must not be ignored. Because even to get me to come to this, you couldn't approach me directly. You send Osita to come and sound me out. Abi wabachirere araki ho ya yao. Aishirere Tony see me. You couldn't come direct. And when Osita came, I said, Osita, who also is a political child, I said, well, if he has sent you and you have delivered the message, then say to him that you have delivered the message. And then you phoned me. And I said, Ayo who? And you say, Ayo Fayose. I said, yes, you can see me anytime. I made it but a walk. And then, even that, you take precaution. Oh, what direct to knock at my door. You send Folusho as emissary to feel the pulse and see what the atmosphere will be. And Folusho came. And when Folusho came, I said, what have you come for? And about an hour later, you came. And you know that I had the program which took me to Kigali, 1 a.m. yesterday, and I was supposed to be in Kigali till Sunday. But when you then told me that your birthday is this Saturday, I said, whatever it takes, I will make sure that I come. And there and then, I started making arrangements. Because ara lẹ́yìn màlámùdí, àrùn lára àtàpè. And I want everybody to learn a lesson from there. And then, after you have heard from me, you phone your wife. And I spoke to your wife. And I said, Madam, you and your husband, Shomaluabi. And your wife completely disarmed me by saying, Baba, you are right. Edarijiwa. And then when you get that, then what else can I do?
So did we hear that? Baba said it took Fayose to send emissaries to him, mentioning the specific names of the people, so that they can have a conversation. He sent the first person, the second person, and the second person came and he followed 1 hour later, and he saw that, you were already feeling sober, and he said, okay, Yoruba we say, welcome, Adane Jones, welcome to our program. And he felt that, and then he also spoke to Fayose's wife, who was not there physically on that day, and Baba told the wife to say, you and your husband, you are not good people. In your brukuni. And the woman said, Emma Bino, Momo, Emma Bino, sir. That immediately that woman said that she completely disarmed him. Women, we do not know our role. That's why when I see a lot of women that the first thing that comes to their head when they are talking about issues is ikpe, 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 ikpe. The emotional quotient of a lot of us women is almost non-existent. But amongst us, we still have women that have a lot of common sense. That even when you know, say your husband don't fuck up, you know, say your husband are messed up. Like in this case of Fayose and Baba Obasanjo. And Baba was trying, wanted to speak to her, spoke to her and said, gidi. And instead of her to be like, kiniko, Emma Sabesa, she just said, Amosa, Emma Binu, Ejo. And that immediately she said that, she completely disarmed him. As a woman, how many cases have been that you know of, that you know is within the ambit of the law? Nobody say your husband go buy somebody now, you're not beginning up and down. In issues like, this, and you have tried to de-escalate. Let's just watch the little few minutes we have left.
Baba, we are right. Edarijiwa. So, you've asked for forgiveness, and as far as I'm concerned, you are forgiven. But the right lessons must be learned. As I said, we are all here to celebrate with you. 65 years on the surface of the earth, pẹ̀lú hílàhílò.
Hílàhílò means wahala, trouble.
And you have seen a bit of it. It's worth celebrating.
Okay, so Baba said, you are attaining the age of 65, yeah? With hílàhílò, with a lot of shege banza, where Ayo Fayose's eyes don't see, that is worth celebrating his birthday, So let's just quickly take a few comments. They will now go to the Ulabalu Gangan, where Fayose now, I think a day or two after this event, decided to slam Baba in a way that no human being has ever publicly slammed Baba Obasanjo like this. But I'm just going to take like 5 comments from this comment section, then we go into what Fayose said. Somebody said, one thing I realized is that Baba is speaking his mind due to old age. No time to impress or pamper anyone. Another commenter said, Baba just said his mind freely. Gbogbo wa la máa dàgbà tí a ò ní bẹ̀rù anybody mọ́. Another said, Fayose just disappointed me by apologizing to the man who created all of the problems Nigeria has been battling with till this moment. The man who turned Nigeria to business enterprise. I love Fayose for his radicality during Obasanjo regime, but this messed it all up. Another said, must Fayose invite Obasanjo to the birthday celebration? All these words are too much. Different strokes for different folks. Now, let us go into Fayose's message, where Fayose decided to give Baba Obasanjo la hottest, if there's anything like that. He says, Dear Baba Obasanjo, I appreciate your coming to my birthday party, except for your very irresponsible comment at your age. You went so low, but I am not surprised because someone once said you're supposed to be kept away in the zoo. Hey! Let me start again and come back to where I stopped. Dear Baba Obasanjo, I appreciate your coming to my birthday party, except for your very irresponsible comment at your age. You went so low, but I am not surprised because someone once said you are supposed to be kept away in the zoo. Hey! From a 65-year-old man to an 88-year-old man. Let's continue. Sincerely, that's where you belong. I kept quiet or did not reply you at the function so that the world will know the difference between a sane and a weary man that you are. He used the word MAD, but I don't want to use it like that. It is also obvious that you also have lost your sanity, or should I say, is the heightened stage of dementia. Not to worry, Baba, I shall set the record straight in due course of time. Lastly, I shall appreciate if you return my money, since you publicly admitted you received, but Dangote brought you back. Your leopard will never change his skin. Ayo Fayose blasts former President Olusegun Aremo Okikiolu Obasanjo. A lot of people have seen this. If you yet to see it, just go on Google and type Ayo Fayose and ex-President Obasanjo. It will bring them. It's as hot as ever. Let me just take a very few comments. Then we now go to Baba's response. Sheripa Amule Seseni. The first commenter on this blog said, this can't be true. Where did he post this? Then people said, he did. He said that, okay, it's established, it's done. You know, people, of course, expressed shock when they first saw it to be like, ọ̀rọ̀ yìí ti pọ̀ jù. Fayose kí la gbé kí ló jù. Another commenter said, you call someone Baba, and yet you said this much. Definitely your brother isn't lying against you. You are ashamed. Can't your wife call you to order? Wow, this is so bad. Somebody said, is he aware he said or wrote this though? It's about to be a long November. Odiworo si woro. Baba Obasanjo shouldn't have said what he said at that party, Sha. It was a birthday party and he should have just kept it simple and privately tell the celebrant his mind. Some things are better left unsaid or said privately. However, if Ayo Fayose, so he go talk as that's the in mind, so they are both birds of a feather. All right. Well, I'll stop at that point. Now, let's go to what Baba Obasanjo responded to Fayose after this lambasting of the century. Obasanjo replies Fayose, Ayo, thanks for your thank you message, which undisguisedly revealed who and what you are, unchanged and unchangeable. Your money has been sent back through Folusho Adeagbo, who brought it, and in the same bag as he brought it, unopened by me. Full stop. You see? Now, there's been a lot of conversation around this. Of course, people first express shock. In fact, some people when they went to the blog and saw this, they're like, fake news. Did he say that? Are we sure he said that? But everybody don't calm down now. It's all over the news, the tabloids and everything. So, how did it get here? We've done a thorough analysis of the first video. For those who just joined us or who joined late, we shared the video of how Ayo Fayose said Baba has a rotten mouth 10 years ago. That he contributed 10 million to Baba's presidential library. I was going to get it back. That when Baba came back from the prison, when he was released by General Abdul Salam, that he looked like somebody will be say, even full stay beside him. That PDP gave him the platform, then he started abusing PDP and all of that. That was what he said 10 years ago. So there's been a lot of blood between them. Now, Baba now showed up on his birthday. And of course, you see, when you get to a certain age, in fact, some people is from the age of 40. They don't have anything, as in they don't send anymore. They will tell you, okay, o ṣe mí ni o, mo ti forgive ẹ o, àti move on o. They will move. Nǹkan tó ṣe ìdùn mi o, ṣùgbọ́n bye. And as a Yoruba, unapologetically Yoruba woman, from this analysis that I did and broke it down into bits, Baba did not say anything that warranted Fayose's response. I still stand to be corrected, actually. Because if you listen from this on this program from the beginning that I played, what Fayose said, what Baba said on Fayose's birthday, Baba was saying the good things Fayose did, praising his good characteristics, praising his doggedness, still saying that when Fayose had issues or certificate that people were talking around, he knew that Fayose did not falsify his documents because he knew people who were Fayose's junior and senior in the school that was in question. That Fayose has seen a lot. He has fought many battles, and his achievements cannot be ignored. I think some people decide to have selective hearing when some things are happening. Or maybe, to be fair, some people might listen to just a few of the clip and, but if you really want to get full gist, look for full clips or listen to full clips. Then you can now bring out your context. So it wasn't like Baba was abusing him. No, Baba praised him. Baba said the strong point. Baba said his achievement in 65 years, out of all the trouble and stress of the world, for you to have achieved this much at 65, then I owe you to come and honor you by coming to your birthday. So some people decide to ignore all those praises. But he said, you people are not good people. And he said it to his face. And that when he said that to his wife, the woman was begging and saying, "Ma binu," which actually disarmed him and made him now come for the occasion. What is too much for an 88-year-old man? Of all these things we heard right now on this platform now, that Baba said to Fayose, it's just like maybe your 88-year-old uncle or father is talking to you. So you now say because you are 65 years old, your 88-year-old father cannot talk to you. Are you joking? Whether you are president of the Federal Republic of anywhere, if your Baba is not Baba Alajeju, they will call you out. And to be fair on Fayose, as Baba was saying those words, Fayose was looking very sober and he was taking it in. He wasn't looking like, can Baba and soy. No, he wasn't giving any body language attitude. So I think why Fayose fired back was after the birthday, sometimes when something happens to you, show around when you're talking about báwo ló ṣe máa gbarú ẹ̀, kò yẹ kí bàbá sọ kíní kan, àwọn agbọ̀rọ̀dùn. I think they are the one that kò náà mọ tí Fayose ṣe wá kọ òkú ọ̀rọ̀ ìbànújẹ́ ọ̀rọ̀. Fayose, Baba is old enough to be your father. You and Obasanjo should be in the same league. I think Yabo is already 60. So if you are older than Yabo, who is Baba's first child, maybe we should Google it. But I would mark by 1 or 2 years, the way Yabo Obasanjo. And Baba just explained and said, I never asked you for 10 million naira, Ayo. And you are not the only one that gave 10 million for presidential library. It was the body of you all governors that decided to support my presidential project. And you all donated 10 million naira each. I didn't ask you for the money. Is that too much for an 88-year-old man to tell him? One thing that is very, very pronounced about arrogant people is that you gave that man a bit of your toxic tongue 10 years ago. And there's no video as at now. Maybe internet will bring it out where Baba has ever responded to you. And he still decided to carry him, his 88 years old body to your birthday. He had to clear the hair. Baba is very articulate. Baba will need dementia. And you now mention in a clapback that maybe Baba is suffering from dementia. Fayose at 65. If you attain Baba's age, which you will attain by God's special grace, and you are as articulated as Baba is, ma dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ Ọlọ́run. Ma dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ Ọlọ́run. Do you know how many people of Baba's age at 88 can barely walk by themselves? Baba doesn't use walking stick. So there are some things that happen. Baba did not curse you. Baba did not use foul language. I think the strongest word he used for you is that when he said he told your wife on phone that both of you are not good people. That's like the strongest words. He didn't even use word wicked for you. He didn't use terrible for you. He didn't use horrible for you. He just said you and your wife are not good people. Which the wife says, Emma Binu, we know. So where is the outburst coming from? Where is the outburst coming from? Baba said what he has to say. Baba did not curse you. Baba did not compare you to an animal living in the zoo. For crying out loud, Ayo Fayose, and you call yourself a Yoruba man. This thing you've done, you don't realize it. You have not. Sure, I'm 15 years old. I'm 18 years old. We're online. It's just a shame that when we say our Yoruba, we are the one that has, even other cultures do say that Yoruba people, our respect level is on 100.1%. Yoruba, we greet you. Eku joko, eku jide, eku nose, eku noyin, eku waju, eku weyin, eku wotun, eku wos. That we can greet. That we use We are always, we have it. That's our culture. But when we now have, yes, Soul's Mama, good evening, ma'am. Thank you so much for joining. It just goes to show he's a badly behaved human being. Oh, yes, he is. Let's be truthful. Please, for those people who didn't watch this, who didn't join this podcast from the beginning, when I started playing when Fayose started lambasting Baba 10 years ago, what the actual was of Baba some days ago at the party, and reading what Fayose now lambasted Baba and Baba's response, please go and do justice and go and listen to. Okay, I think the channel where you can watch the full video is the program is on YouTube. Symphony. Yes, Symphony. They carried Baba's speech from the beginning to the end. Because people are just watching the short clips on blogs and they are saying, Baba did Baba abuse him? Baba did not abuse him. Baba didn't use any bad word. He didn't. He didn't. You don't do that. Surely, kò sí age téèyàn wà láyé yìí tó kọjá àbáwí o. You see that scolding that Baba is scolding Fayose on the stage. It had because when you drag that man, you dragged him in front of the press. And that's why we are able to pull it from the internet and play it to our people this evening right here on this platform. Internet never forgets. A lot of people, you know how many people have done yaka themselves before among politicians? Plenty. But you see the one where you do inside, where you no carry come internet, you feel rough am quickly. And that's why we tell people, before you come on the internet to drag somebody, think about it very well, because we are going to pull it out in the next 10, 20 years. The internet is going nowhere. So you disgraced the old man 10 years ago. So if he has the opportunity in your presence to say it, he is old enough to say it. Baba yen bí ẹ lọ́mọ, ìwọ àti Iyabo lẹ́gbẹ́. Oh yes, Iyabo has done 60th birthday. Ìwọ àti Iyabo lẹ́gbẹ́. What Baba Obasanjo has achieved in his lifetime, Fayose, you cannot achieve it. If you become the president of Nigeria, Lola, Fayose, if you take over from Baba Tinubu tomorrow, you still cannot achieve what Obasanjo has achieved. You can't. This man, maybe when you were born, Baba ti parí military school. This man is a general. Tó bá ń sọ àwọn tí armed forces wa, nígbà tí armed forces wa ṣì jẹ́ armed forces wa. I'm not saying Baba is a saint. Let's stay in the context of our discussion that we are having here. Baba is not a saint. He's not a saint. But we are inside the purview of the happenings between Fayose and Baba that they brought online. And that's what we are analyzing. There's no Fayose that you can go to military and become a star general or retired general in your lifetime in this Nigeria. Oh, Lijebe. There's no way you can rule Nigeria, which is the highest office that any Nigerian can hold. You cannot become the president of Nigeria. You don't even have the clouds. Ṣé wọ́n tó ń hùwà báyìí ló fẹ́ di president of Nigeria? Ló fẹ́ jí ẹ̀ ni. Baba was a military president. Ó lọ, ojú ẹ̀ rí kú, ojú ẹ̀ rí incarceration. Ó kù díẹ̀ kan finish ọ̀tá bàbá sínú prison. Ọlọ́run dẹ̀ yọ lága. Ó tún bọ́ta tán. They begged him to become the president. Don't you see the hand of destiny? That's the hand of destiny. Do you know how many people lost their lives in that incarceration when Baba came out? You think it's that son of man pè ní Ẹbọra Òwu ni? Mi mọ̀ nígbà tí àwa tá àti tó 65 years tá dé máa ju bẹ́ẹ̀ lọ láṣẹ Èdùmàrè. Tá ń advice Fayose. It's sad. It's really, really sad. So you cannot become the president of Nigeria. You can't. And that's the highest office. Tó bá sọ pé kéèyàn mọ̀ nípa civilian administration Nigeria, Baba knows. Tó bá ní military architecture wa ní Nigeria is on the palm of Baba. So what kí ni achievement ẹ tó fẹ́ fi gbága pẹ̀lú, because you're a two-time governor, and so Governor Shimanu chair for president. Are you joking? You were the one that came out. Whatever differences you've had with Baba, if you did not come out 10 years ago to that video where you say Baba's mouth is rotten, there will be no videos that people will now start pulling out on the internet. And Baba will not feel that, okay, ó drag mi gba ẹ̀ mo ti dáríjì ẹ̀, but máa sọ lójú àwọn èèyàn kọ́mọ̀ pé mi ò tọrọ owó lọ́wọ́ ẹ̀, mi ìdẹ̀ bí ẹ pé kó fún mi ní 10 million for the presidential library. It's not too much. The Baba did not insult you. He was just telling you what has transpired between you guys. And he was even praising you of how you did poetry, how you did this, how you've achieved so much in 65 years. And you now call the man that belongs to his zoo? Abba, come on. Ọmọlúwàbí kankan ò sínú statement yẹn, Mr. Fayose. No, that's not us. In fact, ojú máa ń tì mí. Our children will now be looking, ọmọ wa tá tiẹ̀ ṣe ń kọ́ pé ó yá, the Yoruba culture, we are known as people of kinikan. Àṣàpọ̀nra wa lé, alára ló ń gbára ga. Àbí báwo wá ni? Àwọn ọmọ tá a ṣe ń tún kíkiri kọ̀ọ̀kan máa rí gbogbo eléyìí kí bàbá 65 máa bú bàbá 88 tí bàbá 88 ò ṣe pé fún ẹ tí ò sọ pé òun gbénu zoo. Kí ló dé? Why must you bring Shakabula to a fight of ruler? Posterity has written this down, Fayose. Posterity has written this down. It has been written in the sands of time. And Baba prayed for you and said it on that same stage to those who joined us early, that there's one thing that you should have, the spirit of humility. If you wake up every day of your life, just tell God, God, please, I don't care the amount of houses I've built. I don't care the kind of passports I carry. I don't care the amount of money in my wallet. I don't care about the stocks I have. I don't care about the connection of mine. Give me the spirit of humility. Má jẹ́ kí n jọra mi lójú. If every human being can wake up and just rera sílẹ̀, God loves the humble and he hates the proud. It's in the good book. And it's a reminder for us that we should be mindful, and it is not gbogbo ìwọ̀sílẹ̀ èèyàn máa ń gbọ̀nù. How would you feel if Iyabo Obasanjo, wherever she is now, decide to release a statement? Kó wá máa ta sí ẹ. Ẹgbẹ́ ni now. Ṣé ìwọ náà lè gbà? Fayose, can you agree for somebody you are older than to be insulting you? Can you take it? Or to insult your father? They even said you are doing a lot to your mother right now. I don't want to bring that into the particular podcast. I like staying in the context of what we are discussing. We are going to do that one next. Where Isaac, your brother, who has been dragging you all this while, said your son Joju sent a message and called your mother that they are coming to come and bundle your mother out of the house. Sherikwe, in life, be careful what you encourage people to do. If you encourage your child to be abusive to people, one day that skill to come on, it's wrong. It's very un-Yoruba. On behalf of we Yoruba, abebe, àmọ́ tó kọlù Bọ̀dá Fáyọ̀ṣe, àmọ́ tó kọlù wọn, àmọ́ pé wọ́n ní ṣókò lórí. And you say, kinní kan, you have ṣókò in your head. Let me tell you, kò sẹ́ni tó wà láyé tó ló ní ṣókò orí ẹ gbaná títí orí ẹ ṣe kinní kan. Wàláhì ọmọ tí ò tó ẹ ló máa ṣó ẹ ní ṣége. You don't see how God humbles people. Hey, when life wants to humble you, your eyes will see your ears. Ojú ẹ̀ báyìí, ó máa ràn kalẹ̀ báyìí, ó máa rí etí ẹ̀. They're now abusing somebody older to be your father. What did he say that is too much? Did he abuse you? Did he curse you? No, ẹ jẹ́ ká gbégẹ̀ sílẹ̀. It's wrong. It's very wrong. Baba has not said, hey, please, like I always tell people, and look, I refer you to whatever platform. If you didn't join on time, please go and watch Symphony, Symphoni. I think that's the correct spelling. It's a station on YouTube. Yeah, where you see Obasanjo talking on the stage with Ayo Fayose and his wife. Watch it from beginning to the end so that you can get the context. Don't stay within the context of the few clips you're seeing on blogs, on TikTok. No, go and watch it. Papa didn't say any. The heaviest words he said was that you are not good people, which he said he told the wife when she called him. And the wife said, Baba Emma Bino, I'm sorry. And that is how he was disarmed and he felt soft towards them and decided to honor the event. So Kilwa, who are you that nobody can speak to? Do you know that even our president, Boshe Wanye, àwọn kan wà tẹ́ pé tó máa lambast president wa, Baba máa dákẹ́ ni. They play. There is no human being in the world, no matter how powerful you are, wà láwọn kan pé wọn tó bá sọ̀rọ̀ wọn bí ẹ̀dá kó dáhùn, tó bá lambast ẹ. Because we are human beings, we are living beings. We will always err, we will always do wrong. And there will be always somebody who is in a higher level to get us corrected. So about to correct once a coming kawasita, kamabagbalagba who belong to the zoo. That was too much. That was too much. To the point of irritation. The same your sister has come out today to drag you and your wife, your long neck wife. Isaac has been coming out. He came out again crying today that you're just doing balabala when your own blood, your own biological siblings, same mother, same father, They've come out in the last 24 hours to drag you. Where you've told your son, Fayose's son, wants to go and bundle their grandma out of the house. Níbo ló ti ń ṣe yẹn láì ṣe pé gbaná ṣókó wà lórí. Ṣe rí pé nǹkan it is well. Thank you so much for watching. Please, like I said, I think I made two. I don't care what religion you belong to, but you know, there's something called affirmation. If you don't believe in Jesus, you don't believe in Allah, you don't believe in Isheshe, you believe in being positive to yourself, right? Tell yourself or pray to your God and say, God, the spirit of long life with sound mind and good health should be yours. God should just look at you and just gratefully dash you more. And everybody that is around you, your family, your friends, your children, your husband, your wife, and everybody. That's one of the first things I said. The second thing is, when you wake up or anytime it comes to your mind, just talk to yourself and say, whatever the amount of money you have, what you are worth, your connection, your position, your role in your place of work, how big your business is, God should constantly give you the spirit of humility so that if you can keep praying to God for these two things, and God in his mercy gives you, your life will be beautiful. Because it's something that I myself will always do. Because this life, nothing inside. What are people going to say about us? What are people going to say? Some of us, our parents cannot even correct us again because we have given them money for feeding. Thank you so much for watching. May God bless us, increase us, and give us all the wisdom we need to navigate. But Ayo Fayose, you didn't do well. Your response was too harsh, unnecessary, and crude. That's it, in clear terms. Thank you, Madam Aldon E. Jones and Madam Soul's Mama for joining and your contribution. Thank you for joining us. We'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.